Assalamu alaikum class. Today we are going to discuss idioms and phrasal verbs. Idioms and phrasal verbs are an important part of your syllabus. So we will discuss today what idioms and phrasal verbs are. An idiom is a phrase, saying, or a group of words that has a metaphorical, not literal meaning which has become accepted in common usage. So idiom is a phrase or word that has a meaning that is not literal. That means that its meaning is not what the words actually mean, but it has a different meaning from the meaning of its words. तो इसका जो मतलब होता है वो उसके लफ्ज़ों के मतलब से मुकम्मल तौर पर मुख्तलिफ होता है. An idiom's symbolic sense is quite different from the literal meaning or definition of the words of which it is made. There are a large number of idioms and they are used very commonly in all languages. So the number of idioms in every language is quite large. Urdu has its own idioms, English has its own idioms, and other languages have their own idioms. There are estimated to be at least 25,000 idiomatic expressions in the English language. So they say that there are almost, or you can say at least 25,000 idiomatic expressions or idioms in English language. Of course, we cannot remember or memorize all of them, but learning the most common of them improves our understanding of the language and our use of the language. Idioms, in fact, evolve the language. They are the building blocks of a language and civilization. So, what is the role of idioms in a language? That they help language to grow, to become more, to add more meanings to its words, and they are the blocks on which a civilization and a culture is built. They also have great intensity to make a language interesting and dynamic. So the other role that idiom play is that they make the language interesting. Dynamic means that it is always changing, it is not static, or it does not have the tendency to stay in one place. Idioms bring a spectacular illustration to everyday speech. They provide interesting insights into the use of words, languages, and the thought processes of their speakers. So, how the speakers think, what things are important to them, how they take things can be understood through their use of idioms. They have a sense of mystery and fun about them. Okay, the next part of your syllabus is phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are basically words that have a verb and a preposition. Like you can see in this picture, like eat out, break down, take off, give up. All these words are phrasal verbs. So, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are phrases that indicate actions. So, these are the phrases that provide us or that tell us about actions performed. They are generally used in spoken English and in formal texts. Examples of such verbs include turn down, come across, and run into. Now, phrasal verbs are comprised of a verb and a preposition or an adverb. Sometimes it is difficult to understand the meaning of phrasal verbs. Before looking them up in a dictionary, it will be helpful to use the context to understand them. So if you read the whole sentence or if you read the whole paragraph, you can guess the meaning of a phrasal verb because its meaning, again, like idioms, is different from the meaning of its individual words. Now, some of the important idioms. The first idiom is above board. Ali is an honest trader. He is above board in his business. So, above board means to be honest. A blue stocking, as a player, he will not marry a blue stocking. So, blue stocking means a person who is involved in studies. And add insult to injury, you do not return my money and then talk against me. You clearly add insult to injury. So that means when you do something wrong to somebody and then instead of trying to rectify it, you do something more. All ears. While listening to the lecture, the students were all ears. So all ears means that students are listening very, very carefully. Apple of discord. This property is an apple of discord between these two brothers. So, apple of discord is something that creates fighting or that creates quarrels among people. So, if something makes people to fight, that thing is known as apple of discord. Now, some important phrasal verbs for you. The first one is bear away. He bore away the first prize in the final examination. So, bear away means to take something away. Bear out. Who will bear out the honesty of your words? So, bear out means to provide witness to attest, to testify, and to say that something is true. Bear down. He has borne down his enemy with heavy hand. So, bear down means to defeat somebody. Blow out. When you go to the bed, you should blow out the candle. So, blow out means to put something out, like a candle or fire. Break down. His health broke down due to hard work. So, breakdown means to become bad or to have wrong consequences. So, this is your lesson about idioms and phrasal verbs. I hope you have understood them. I will provide you with a video to understand them further and reinforce their use in English language. I hope you will enjoy this lecture. Good luck. Allah Hafiz.